Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Got to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah. It's Yahweh. And his only God's son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shai. So got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rikar, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all Israel, whether you can accept it or not. And a sincere salutation to all the Archon, pushing the truth and believing the truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Akwa who are listening and learning, the few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah from GMS Orlando Camp, coming into another lesson in true facts, faith, and edification. Another day of edification, Lord willing. It's be edifying. So, I'm going to title this lesson, Shining Bright Like a Diamond. And I'm using this image, this still that you see. This is the silhouette of a guy sitting in darkness, but then the light came through the window and shined on him, which is scripture for you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. So I'm gonna get this. It's a silhouette is a dark shadow, like a silhouette of a person standing under a street lamp, or a drawing that shows only the shape of an object. And the reason I'm using this is because in Babylon the Great and throughout the four corners of the earth, where you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians were scattered at, that's how we was known as. A silhouette, a shadow, nothing. We was in the dark, a no people. Okay, the Lord said we was going to be called a no people in the land of our captivities. So, I was looking at a couple of stills about the light shining in the dark place, because they had precepts, So Lord, would this be edifying? Because this is a light that is shining in the dark place. And the light is shining. And everybody can't get this light, man. The Lord have to choose you to see the light, to see clear. There's I used to talk to this one chick years ago, and she had a saying, WFC. No, WRC selected. When reality clears, what do you see? It's a little saying she had came up with. When reality clears, what do you see? We see the truth, man. When reality clears, you see the truth, man. When the Lord sup with you, as it tell you in Revelation chapter 3, right? When he give you the ice off, you see clear. But the light have to shine on you first and foremost. Yahweh Shai said in John 6:44, that in the last days, right? He was going to raise up men that was going to stand in great boldness and teach sound doctrine and feed the sheep according to the will of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. So I'm going to start with Job chapter 10 and verse 21. It reads, before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death, a land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death without any order, and where the light is as darkness. There's no order in Babylon the Great. You can do whatever you want to do, long as it's in the means of Esau Edom law, right? You can be a transformer. You can worship any god you want to. You can commit bestiality. You can commit adultery, right? Long as it's in under his laws. You don't got to follow none of the laws of the Lord. You can do whatever you want to do here. So it say a land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death without any order, and where the light is as darkness. So the light shine upon these certain men that the Lord have chose from the beginning. So in the land of this darkness, the Lord let the light shine. This is Isaiah chapter 9 verse 2. The people that walk in darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of shadow of death, upon them have the light shine. Who? It's talking about the whole elect of Israel. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. The light is shining. That's only 1/3 of our people. 2/3 is gonna get put to death because they living in darkness. It say, Thou hast multiplied the nation and not increased the joy. They joy before thee according to the joy and harvest. Because we see brothers and sisters are being activated every day. And as men rejoice when they divide the spoil. So the whole elect is rejoicing because the prophecy is playing out. More fruit is coming in. So when the Lord say in Habakkuk 2, though it tarry, wait for it, it shall surely come and will not tarry. The prophecy, hey, nothing has been tarrying, man. Though it seemed like it, nothing has been tarrying, man. Prophecies are playing out. Brothers and sisters are waking up every day, man. Akim and Akwaf are waking up every day, being activated, man. Reactivated. That's all it is. They're being reactivated. This is Matthew chapter 4 and verse 16. It reads, The people which sat in darkness saw great light, and to them which sat in region and shadow of death, light is sprung up, man. The light is sprung up upon his holy people, man. His elect. His holy people, man. The light is shining. So here you got a guy sitting in darkness, but then the light shined on him, man. And again, this image of a guy is a silhouette, man, a shadow. Because here in Babylon the Great, we was known as nothing, man. They looked down upon us. The Lord said we was going to be called proverbs and bywords, man. Spicks, spooks, porch monkeys, wetbacks, and savages, man. Those are the names for you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, man. But in the hopeful elect, man, the light is shine. And we know who we are, man. And we know why we are here. And we know what we got to do to get out of here. Lord willing, we build up that elect number. But we was known as nothing here, man. This is Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. Hey, the light is shining, man. And nobody can take this away from you. Least it be Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Hosea 1 and 10. It reads, Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured, nor numbered. And it shall come to pass in that day, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it said unto them, Ye are not my people, a no people, nothing, speak, spooks, porch monkeys, wetbacks, and savages. There it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power. Then shall the children of Judah, the southern kingdom, and the children of Israel, the northern kingdom, be gathered together and appoint to themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. So you see, the light is shining on you, hopeful elect, man. And the breaches are being closed in the tabernacle of David that's being built. And these devils can't do nothing about it, man. So, let's get this. Salakia. I'm finna get this is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 14. It reads, Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it on a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light shine, let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. And that's what we're here to do, man. We're here to glorify the names of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Why Yahweh Shai, man. That's our lot in this life, man. We are in loaner bodies, man. We was bought with a price. There is nothing else to do with your loaner body, man, but to glorify Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man. If the light haven't shined unto you to do this, then this isn't for you at this moment. Maybe the Lord will give it to you at a later time. This is Philippians chapter 2 and verse 13. For it is power, Yahweh Shema Shah was working in you, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Do all things without murmurings and disputings, that you may be blameless and harmless, the sons of power, without rebuke in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation. The Lord say, what he made crooked, it cannot be straightened, right? It said we are in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation. And who is the leadership of this crooked and perverse nation? The crooked serpent, Esau, Edom. Okay, that same serpent from the garden, man. Who's now has transformed into a dragon, man. A great beast. It say, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world, man. These people know that we are the salt of the earth. They know that you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians are the salt of the earth, man. They know it. That's why we supposed to move different. You supposed to act different. Your look's supposed to be different, man. When they look at you, your look's supposed to be different. Like you know your confidence is in Yahweh Shema Shah. You're supposed to look different out here, man. This is Psalms. And I pulled up this deal too. Let me show you this. Check this out. This is Psalms 119 and 105. And it reads, the word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Hey, the light shine on you. And guess what? This path is narrow, man. This is a narrow path to the kingdom of heaven, man. It's narrow. Just like this image showing you, man. It tell you in 2 Ezra 7, the path is so narrow, only one man can enter there at once. What is that? That's a single file line. That's the hopeful elect walking into the kingdom in a single file line, man. What that mean? That mean in order, man. As it tell you in 1 Corinthians, man. Let all things be done decently and in order. So that's the hopeful elect walking into the kingdom of heaven in a single file line. That's order, man. That's how narrow the path is, man. See how narrow this path of light shining? That's the kingdom of heaven, man. And it tell you in Isaiah, let's get this. This is Isaiah 35. I want to read the point. Isaiah 35 and verse 8. And a highway shall be there, and a way, and it shall be called the way of holiness. This is path to the kingdom of heaven, man. This is the highway, man. And it's a narrow, light path, man. Isaiah 35 and 8. And the highway shall be there. Well, in the land of darkness, man. Okay? In the land of darkness, man. The shadow of death. And the highway shall be there. And a way. And it shall be called the way of holiness. The unclean shall not pass over it. But it shall be for those the wayfaring men. Though it say thou fools shall not err therein. So 2/3 nor heathens can walk on this path of light, man, to the kingdom of heaven. It's only for the hopeful elect, man. Call out Yahweh Shema Shah. If you have this understanding, man, this is for you. Let's read this again. Psalms 119 and 105. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. It's truth, man. There's nothing greater on the planet Earth than this truth, man. And I want to give this up for $1 trillion, man. Jake done sold out for darkness, man. But the Lord let the light shine upon us, man, in the shadow of death, man. This is Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 32. It reads, but call to remembrance the former days. What former days? Our ancient forefathers, man. This is our last reincarnation on the earth, man. We done been here many times over, man. So it say, but call to remembrance the former days in which after ye were illuminated. So the same ones that got the light now, they had it in the ancient time. They had it every time they came back on the earth regenerated, man. Reincarnation, man. Why? Because those are the predestinated ones who the Lord had chose from the beginning, whomever they are. There's nothing new under the sun. It say, Hebrews 10 and 32, but call to remembrance. Then Peter say the Lord say he's going to stir us up in the way of pure remembrance, man. And you're going to remember Job 8 and 8 say, search out thy fathers, man, and they shall teach thee. They shall tell thee, man. Right? But call to remembrance the former days in which ye were illuminated. Ye endure a great fight of afflictions. Right? This has been out because we have no continuous city. We are pilgrims upon the earth. So we've been going through this. It tell you how Abraham, right? Never seen the kingdom. But he had faith that he was going to get it, man. Because the Lord promised it to him. This is Baruch. This is a precept to that Hebrews 10 and 32. This is Baruch 4 and 2. It reads, turn thee, O Jacob. And this talking about the hopeful elect. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take heed of it. Take heed of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. The hopeful elect, man. The hopeful elect will be illuminated. They are being the hopeful elect, the elites of the Hebrew Israelites. These are the real illuminated ones on the earth, man. On the right-hand side of Yahweh Shema Shah. You hopeful elect, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian, Haitian men that standing in great boldness, pushing this truth. You are, man. Lord willing, we build that number. But Paul say, hey, in Colossians 3 and 12, put on therefore as the elect, man. You got to believe that this you, man. If the Lord gave you this calling, this high calling, as it tell you in the scriptures, you got to believe that's you, man. Your confidence, you got to believe that this is you, man. That you are one of these men. Putting on therefore as the elect, man. It's a take, Baruch 4 and 2, turn thee, O Jacob, and take heed of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. The real illuminated ones on the planet is you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, man. The hopeful elect men. Take hold of this. Let's get this. Since I read that, this is 1 Corinthians 7 and 20. It reads, let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called. Art thou being called a servant? Care not for it. For what? For the flock. For the ministry. For the edifying of the body. You don't care for this? You're going to die a grievous death. But if thou mayest be made free, use it rather. Use what? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding the Lord gave you to feed the sheep, man. To stand in great boldness, man. Use it. For he that is called in the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, being a servant, is the Lord's freeman. Likewise, also, he that is called being free is a Mashiach servant. How is you free? Through the truth, man. The Lord said he broken the yokes and burst the bonds of your captives of plantation Christianity, man. Verse 23, ye are bought with a price. Be not ye the servants of men. Which we see everybody outside this truth, outside this circle, because this circle can't be penetrated, man. So these demons outside the truth, they're taking the bad. Now they servants of men, man. Coming up with all wayward doctrines, going against the truth, man. Coming against your spiritual fathers, man. Brethren, let every man wherein he is called, therein abide with power. Yahweh Shema Shah. You see, this is a calling, man. If the Lord gave that high calling, use it rather. Care not for it. Let's read again. 1 Corinthians 7:20. Let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called. Art thou being called a servant? Care not for it. For what? The truth, the flock. But if thou mayest be made free, use it rather. Take your wisdom, knowledge, understanding, right? And use it to feed the flock, man. Because they need to be fed every day, man. Every day. So use it rather, man. Art thou being called a servant? Care not for it. But if thou mayest be made free, use it rather. The Lord gave you this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. You can't sit on it. You got to use it. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 6. It reads, let's read 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of power, should shine unto them. Right? For we preach not ourselves, but Hamashiach Yahweh Shah the Lord, and ourselves, and ourselves your servants for Hamashiach's sake. Verse 6 is the point. For power, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, have shined in our hearts, the hopeful elect hearts. Lord, wouldn't we be of that number? The elect number, man. It say, for power who commanded the light to shine out of darkness. Babylon the Great, the shadow of death, man. We were just a silhouette here, man. We was known as nothing, man. Have shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of power in the face of Yahushua Mashiach. It say to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of power. That said the same thing in Habakkuk 2. Let's read it. That just hit me just now. This is Habakkuk 2 and 14. It reads, for the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, as the waters cover the sea, man. You see that? Let's read it again. 2 Corinthians 4 and 6. It reads, for power who commanded the light to shine out of darkness have shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of power. That's the exact same thing I said in Habakkuk 2 and 4. I just got lifted up on an extra level. In the face of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, man. And the Lord gave you this light. You got it. Did you wake up today? You still don't know names of the names of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah? You still can quote precepts in your head? You still thinking about a lesson? You still thinking about edifying the body? The light is still in you, man. Use it rather. Care not for the flock? Then use it, man. Because the Lord can take this from you just as quick as he let you get it, man. This is John chapter 1 and verse 5. It reads, and the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehendeth it not. Because it came from Yahweh Shema Shai, man. It say, John 1, let's read John 1 and 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with power, and the Word was power. The same was in the beginning with power. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made. And without him, it said, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. What men? The hopeful elect. Who is the light? Yahweh Shai. Through Yahweh, man. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Verse 5 say, and the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehendeth it not. Why? Because this is not of the world, man. This is from the spiritual realm, man. This is from on high, man. Let me pull this still back up. So here in Babylon the Great, we was known as nothing, man. Just a silhouette, man. Nothing. The light has shone upon you, man. This is the Lord magnifying his name in the midst of these heathens. And he said the heathens shall know, man. They're going to know. This is 2 Peter chapter 1. In verse 19, it reads, we have also a more sure word of prophecy. This is about prophecy, that we was going to fall, lose our heritage, and come back to it in the latter days, man. This is the Lord magnifying his name in the midst of these heathens. What they say in Wisdom of Solomon 5, how are they numbered among the saints of the Lord? Yeah. So-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians are the chosen people of the Lord. And these devils, they hot, man. They hate it, man. They know who we are, man. It say, we have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place. You still got the light today, Jake? Use it rather. Care not for the flock? It say, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day done, and the day star arise in your hearts. And the Lord have put this spirit in you, man. It's in your hearts now. You got it, man. Care not for the flock? Use it rather. The light, man. This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because the Lord can take it from you, man. This is Luke chapter 12 and verse 35. It reads, let your loins be girded about, because the Lord looking for men, real men, not no effeminate, emotional, beta male simps. He looking for men that's going to stand in great boldness, man. Tell you that in 2 Timothy 2. Matter of fact, let's read that real quick. Because this is 2 Timothy chapter 2. It reads, 2 Timothy 2 and 1. That therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Hamashiach Yahushua, and the things that thou hast heard of me, that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. That therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. The Lord looking for men. What did King David tell Solomon? 1 Kings 2 and 1. Now the days of David drew nigh, that he should die. And he charged Solomon, his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man. Let's get this in Job. This is Job chapter 38 in verse 3. Gird up not thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. Let's get one more. This is Isaiah chapter 46, I think it is. This is Isaiah 46 in verse 8. Remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O you transgressors. Bring what to mind? Our forefathers, how they was men standing in the paint for Yahweh Shem Abishai, man. So back in Luke chapter 12 in verse 35, it reads, let your loins be girded about as a man, and your lights burning. Yahweh Shah, when he returned, want to see you, man. It said what? Hey, when it say, blessed are, verse 37 say, blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching, man. This is what we supposed to be doing, man. This is why we were set up, man. Lord willing, we are those men. This is what, this is why the hopeful elect was established, man. To be watchmen, to get a report, man. The thing that's going on, man. Use the light, man, because the Lord can take it from you, and you could be back in darkness all over again, man. And that you don't want, man. That you don't want, man. Let's close with this. Again, Isaiah chapter 9, verse 2. The people that walked in darkness, what people? You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. You Hebrew Israelites, the hopeful elect of Israel. The people that walked in darkness have seen a great light. That day is a day that dwelled in the land of the shadow of death. Upon them had the light shine. This is exclusive, man. This is personal. Okay? This is personal, man. Everybody can't get this. Hey, so if you still have understanding, the Lord bless you to wake up today to see another day. Ka halal wa hawa la Yahweh ba'ashim Yahushua ba'ashim rikah Qurash, man. Because you could be in darkness with no light. But guess what, man? The Lord said, let's read this in Psalms again. This is Psalms 119 and 105. It reads, thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. You won't stumble. You won't fall, man. Matter of fact, let's just get that. This is Proverbs chapter 3. This is Proverbs 3 and verse 20. By his knowledge, the depths are broken up and the clouds drop down the dew, meaning this truth to the earth, to the hopeful elect. My son, let not them depart from thy eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall they be life unto thy soul and grace to thy neck. Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, because you got the light. And thy foot shall not stumble. Your foot ain't gonna stumble because you got the light, man. You can see clear in a narrow, dark place, man. It say, when thou layest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yeah, thou shalt lay down, and thy sleep shall be sweet, man. This to the hopeful elect, man. 2/3 don't got this, man. 2/3 don't got no light, man. They bugged out demons, man. They bugged out demons, man. This is Proverbs chapter 4. It reads, Proverbs 4:10. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. I have taught thee in the way of wisdom. I have led thee in right paths because of the light. The right path is because of the light, man. This wisdom not to understanding. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straightening, because you can see clear. When reality clears, what do you see? And when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble, man. A person that run in the dark, man, they gonna stumble and fall, man. But when you got light, everything is clear, man. Matter of fact, let's get there. This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 15. It reads, Revelation 3, Salakia, and verse Revelation 3 and 18, Salakia. It reads, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire. And that's talking about these men. These men, the hopefully that men is going to be tried in the fire. It says, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, which is to be purified, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thy eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. Clear vision, man. Hey, without Yahweh Shem Abishai, man, we will forever be in darkness and be destroyed, man. You ain't gonna make it out of here, man. Oh, gotta get this. The Lord gave the hopeful elect eye salve, man, that they may see, man. Because without the eye salve, you're gonna die a grievous death, man. Proverbs 29:18 reads, where there is no vision, the people perish. You see that? Without a vision from Yahweh Shem Abishai, the people perish. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. I got to get this too. Proverbs 21. Because if you don't have no light, if you don't have no vision, where does that leave you, man? This Proverbs 21 and 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding, out of what understanding? The light, this truth, shall remain in the congregation of the dead, man. So if you happen to find yourself wandering out of this light, it's going to be darkness, man. And the Lord going to put apparitions on you. He say he's going to lead 2/3 of our people to their own thoughts, man. Hey, and whatever you glorify here in Babylon the Great, money, women, cars, clothes, whatever it is, jewelry, that's going to have to save you in that day, man. The Lord said in Hosea 4 and 7, man, the thing that you glory in now is going to be your shame in the day of Jacob's trouble, man. Hey, so take hold of this light, man, while you got time. Because time is running out, man. Yahweh Shem Abishai and speed up the time, man. Time is running out. Time running out, Jake. The Lord wants edifying. Got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether you can accept it or not. In the sincere salutation to all the ark and pushing the truth and believing the truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Akwah who are listening and learning, the few sisters who are listening and learning. Lord was edifying to the next time I say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Abba, the water for tuning in. May your help by Shema Shah continue to bless you in your houses. Stay prayed up. This is Proverbs 27 and 23. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks, and look well to thy herds. How you gonna look well to the herds without light, without a vision? You can't, because where there is no vision, the people perish. And your vision is what? Your light, your eyes, man. The windows to your soul, man. You gotta have vision to feed the flock, to have the flock to follow in the right direction, man. You gotta have light and a vision, man. And if that light and vision is not coming from Yahweh Shema Shah, you're gonna die a grievous death, man. Shalom.